What's up? This isn't the best run, but I almost keep up with the world record until 5th checkpoint, so I think it's fine. There are two reasonable options at the start. Either drive normally or go off the ramp. This gains roughly 5 speed and saves 1/10 to the next checkpoint. Use action keys if you are on keyboard and steer left and tap brake right after liftoff. Hold right steering for a while and turn off action keys before landing. Sometimes a left tap on landing is helpful. Make sure you land far left under the checkpoint. If you land too far left and bonk on the checkpoint, you steer too late, and if you land too far on the right, you steer too early. I like 2 bursts of steering to line myself up. Just practice it a bunch and it gets easier. Make sure you avoid the snow and airtime on entering the turn and line yourself up with the left side of the tunnel. If you do this correctly, your rear tires will hit the slope, which puts your front tires on the ground immediately. Cross the checkpoint far on the right and land straight while steering right. An early air brake might be a good idea. I'm not actually sure how much of a difference it makes. Steer left on liftoff and land as close to the road border as possible. And make sure you air brake this so that you can land smoothly and steer immediately. The world record taps brake again on landing to slide a little, but I only do that as a last resort. Ideally I just land so that everything works out. Now there's an option to land a bit further to the right and jump off the road like this. Get as close to the wall as possible and air brake as you go off the ledge, hitting the reactor at a 45-degree angle and roughly in the middle of the road, and hope for a good bounce. Now hope that it lines up. This still loses roughly 4.5 seconds and I don't think there's that much time to shave off by just driving better. It was also much harder than the other road. I also attempted jumping off the higher ramp, but it doesn't look great either. So we are not doing this. We turn left and jump off the second snow section. This requires a good speed and the right angle. The world record jumps a bit lower than that, but I actually keep up with him during this checkpoint, so I think it's fine. If you're struggling with your car bouncing out of control, try to steer left a little while going over the snow. I tried taking the higher section, but I don't think it would be faster, and it is much harder. After doing this successfully, start sliding roughly 1 length before the red wall, aiming to pass as close to the wall and cutout. Up to this point I managed to keep up with the world record, but now this run will start to fall apart. Drive through the loop diagonally to preserve speed and cut the corner on the plastic. Jump as far left as possible, facing straight, and start your slide as soon as you land. I should have ran a bit wider here, which would have kept 10 more speed probably. Now comes the spot where I really lose the run. I over-rotate, which forces me to compensate by not steering for a bit. Then I jump off too far left, which makes me have to do more steering on grass. I really needed to land at a slightly different angle while steering full left. Then the turn needed to line up so that I end up as far right as possible. Due to this I end up losing another 10 speed in comparison to the world record. This now carries into the wall ride. To get a good grass section you also need to get the right amount of mid-air rotation as you are dropping off the ledge. It should line up perfectly with the snow border. Take a low entrance towards the wall ride and cut the corner a little. Now take the turn and aim for the right finish. I end up a little too far right here. Improving the ending was very difficult for me, so I gave up since I want to play some other maps now. There's one final cut where you slow down, grab the booster and bounce off the plastic edge. Check out Waffly's video if you want to see a better attempt at that. Here's the run without me talking or editing. Bye.